Jace was diagnosed with SPD. So I was curious if that's something that he's going to outgrow. And then should I look out for some autism signs as well? Because sometimes like I see him like today, or no, last weekend we were on the soccer field and I'm like, how he reacts to things. I mean, he went like crazy. I mean, he even bit my ex, which I was like, go for it, buddy. But like, you know, like you shouldn't be biting. Right. So I was like, but like, I could tell like how he reacts to certain situations is different than like other kids would react.
So first, for Sebastian's sake, you said SPD, and he was thinking, oh my God, he's having sex at such a young age. Did he contract something? So I think what she's talking about is sensory processing disorder.
And I noticed it, yes. I noticed it when he was around 2-ish, like sounds, touch, wind, like he was so sad. I mean, he would scream to wind and I'd be like, all right, buddy, like it's not going to hurt you and everything. Like even wearing certain clothes, like I tried to put him in a sweatshirt the other day and he didn't like the feel of the material. Sure. So I would get really frustrated. And now I'm like, all good, buddy. Let's pick another option. Like you can change your mind. So it's like, I've learned to go through it. Whereas Joel's 1 step and he's like 10 steps. Right. But in my mind, I saw that SPD can be linked to autism. So I was just kind of curious about that.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, children with autism often have some sensory issues, but kids can have isolated sensory issues without autism. And I'm sure being 4 years old, obviously interacting with people, following commands, responding to his name, pointing to show interest, he's doing all those things, correct?
Yeah, he is.
So
yes.
Yeah. So if everything else is going well, then obviously it sounds like a more isolated sensory issue, because I think the pediatrician would have flagged that or somebody would have flagged that. And I know this very well because I always say to my wife, if OT, occupational therapy, was in vogue when she was a child, she would have been in it 7 days a week. She doesn't like textures of clothing. She has to cut out all the tags in all her clothes. She doesn't like things over her head. She steps into her shirts. Did you know this about my wife? This is a whole nother level.
This is a whole thing.
I mean, and one of my daughters inherited this from her. I mean, she would wear the same pair of pants and shirt to school every day. And it's a private school, so it was a uniform, but we'd have to buy the exact same one because she only wanted that one because of how it felt for her. So is he in any type of therapy, occupational therapy or anything like that?
No, but that was my next question. Like, should I get him into something like that? Like I've kind of figured out how to communicate with him and I don't get frustrated anymore. Cause at first I just didn't understand it. I'm like, put the sweatshirt on. Like, we gotta go. Like, let's go. And he was just be so upset about it. And then I felt guilty, but so I don't know, like, is that something where I should?
I think it depends how much it's affecting his daily life, right? So like with my daughter, we had workarounds. We bought a lot of the same thing. We didn't fight her when she didn't like something a certain way on her body or a certain sound she avoided. She doesn't like the sound of people chewing. She sits in a different room when she eats dinner.
Hold on. One second. I have these issues myself, not necessarily with clothing, but can't this just be a characteristic that somebody has? And do we have to label it with these SPD, you got ODD, whatever the hell it is? Right. Can it just be, I got a problem? Like here on an airplane, when somebody cracks open a Coke can, it drives me, it's the volume drives me nuts.
Really? Okay.
Chewing gum, if somebody's, potato chips, people eating potato chips.
You and my wife should be married.
It just bothers me, and I don't think I got a problem. I actually think, to be honest with you.
Everybody else does? I've heard this one. Yeah, this is exactly what my wife and daughter say, that I'm the issue because I chew too loudly. Yeah. But maybe it's not me. Maybe you don't like the sound of it.
No, bro, I'm telling you, nobody else realizes it, but us that have this, I call it an extra sense. And it actually suits me quite well, that I don't think we do anything with him. I think we if the shirt's itchy, he wants to take it off. I want to take off an itchy shirt. Who doesn't?
Right.
The opinions expressed in this program are not intended as professional medical advice, as a diagnosis, as a treatment protocol, or as a substitute for professional medical advice from your physician. Please consider your own medical history and consult with your own physician for your specific healthcare and/or medical needs and about your concerns for yourself and your family.